Hello children, let me ask you a question before I start the class. Now all of you close your eyes and just imagine a picture that it's a picture of morning scene and you are coming to school in your school bus and you are on the way to your school. But in the middle of the way, the driver stops the bus. All the vehicles got jammed. So there was a huge traffic jam. No vehicles can move. And you know why? Because there was no traffic signal. And because of that, all the vehicles they wanted to rush in. And they just want to go in their direction without waiting for anybody, without leaving a way to other vehicles. So this is why there was a huge traffic jam and even some vehicles hit other vehicles. Because nobody want to leave the way for others. Everybody was in a rush to or hurry in to move. And nobody followed the signal because there was no signal. So now tell me, why do we need the signal then? We need the traffic signal to avoid all these confusions, to avoid accidents. So we have certain rules to follow in the traffic, right? Then all the vehicles can go smoothly. In the same way, we need some laws, rules and regulations to be followed in a country. And all these rules, law and regulations are written in a book and that is called the Constitution. And now you may ask, why do we need rules? Why do we need law? We have taken an example of traffic jam just now, that is traffic signal, right? In the same way, if there are no rules, people can behave in any way, however they want. Because nobody is there to question. There is no rule. We can do whatever we want, right? So that is wrong. To avoid all these things, to maintain some discipline, we have some rules and regulation. And those rules and regulations are written in a book called Constitution. So let us learn more about Indian Constitution in this chapter. So how do you define a constitution? Constitution can be defined as a body of fundamental principles or established precedents according to which a state or other organization is acknowledged to be governed. The constitution may be written or unwritten, but in both the way, the main intention of the constitution is to assure certain rights to its people, which are to be safeguarded by the government. The Greek philosopher Aristotle in his work Politics had defined a constitution as an outline on which the government and laws of a state can be made. As we all know that many countries in the world had the rule of monarchies or some colonial rule. When they got their independence from the colonial rule, they also agreed that constitution are an essential part of government. Hence, many of them framed their own constitution. The constitution carries out various objectives. The first one, it lays down certain principles for the people of the country. Means set of rules. And the second one, all are equal before the constitution. Means in a country we have people from different castes, creed and communities. And each of us having distinct set of beliefs and traditions. So it is very important to have a set of beliefs which are agreed upon by everybody. Means the constitution framed such rules and regulations which are agreed upon by everyone. The third objective is the constitution set certain rules to prevent people from abusing the power given to them. For example, a political leader may misuse his power to dominate other people. So, constitution prevents such things because all are equal in front of the law. And the fourth objective is the constitution also make arrangements by which an influential section of the society does not oppress a less privileged section. Generally, all the people, if they want to create something best or to create something new, what they will do? First, they will do a planning, right? For example, we want to make a huge bungalow or a building. what do? First, the planning is very important. So we do the blueprint, right? In the same way, we had a planning for the Indian Constitution. We all know that India was under the control of colonial rule. So, keeping that in the mind, the Constitution of India was made to achieve all the hopes and aspirations which the people of India had during the colonial rule. It also made sure that some special privileges were given to the society as well as the economically weaker section of the society, and that everyone in the country was treated equally. Once the planning is ready, what is the next step? That is the making process. So now let's learn about making of the Indian Constitution. So what was the first step of making the Constitution? That was a meeting. So there was a meeting. The first meeting was set on December 9th, 1946 at New Delhi, and which was attended by Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru, Maulana Abul Kalam Azad, Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel, Acharya J.B. Kripalani, Dr. Rajendra Prasad, Srimati Sarojini Naidu, Shri Hare Krishna Mahatab, Pandit Govind Vallabha Pant, Dr. B.R. Ambedkar, Shri Sarat Chandra Bose, Shri C. Rajagopalachari and Shri M. Asif Ali, along with 207 other representatives. And you know children, it took around 3 years to finalize its mission of drafting the Constitution of Independent India. And on August 29, 1947, the Constituent Assembly formed a drafting committee. Why? To prepare a draft constitution for India. And do you know who was the chairman that time? Dr. B.R. Ambedkar, who was the chairman of the drafting committee. And the Constitution of India was adopted on November 26, 1949, and the members signed on it on January 24, 1950. Do you know why it took such a long time to get it approved? Making a constitution for an entire country. Is it so easy, children? No, the task was very difficult. But Dr. B.R. Ambedkar made it possible. And he is considered as the father of Indian Constitution. Do you know why? Because he played a very important role in framing the Indian Constitution. He worked so hard. He researched on different constitution of many countries. And finally, he put forward the draft constitution before the Constituent Assembly. And do you think was it so easy to accept the constitution which was submitted by Dr. Ambedkar? No, because there were so many people who had a debate, who asked him several questions, and it was answered by Dr. B.R. Ambedkar. And finally it got approved, and he considered as the father of the Indian Constitution. The Indian Constitution is the longest written constitution of any sovereign country in the world. It consists of a preamble, 22 parts containing 395 articles and 12 schedules in it. So children, this is all about the planning and making of Indian Constitution. Let's meet again in our next session and discuss about the essential features of the Indian Constitution.